Bonjour, bienvenue à la chaîne The French Formula. Vous êtes aujourd'hui dans le 15e jour du challenge du mois d'octobre. So every month of October, I'm going live to teach you a French lesson about the language or the culture. This week, we are going to specify all about conjugation and tense. My name is Aurélie, je m'appelle Aurélie et aujourd'hui, on va parler du passé composé. Let's talk about this past tense that I know if you have covered already in your lesson, in your French class, is difficult. I know this one was the most difficult tense in the French language. So we are trying to keep it short and sweet for this lesson, and it will be your job after to practice with the different resources that I will provide in the caption below. I'll give you all of that more in details while we're doing the lesson. If you want to make sure that you catch any of this live or any of the other video that we are going to put on this channel later on, make sure to subscribe to this channel and like this video for other French learners to discover. So, le passé composé. Aujourd'hui, on est le lundi 17 octobre. Lundi 17 octobre et on va parler du passé composé. So as you can see in the name itself, you have a clue that is a compound verb. Composé, compound. So if you have one element missing in your formula, your passé composé will be wrong. Okay, so remember that you will need two elements. We're going to go through this formula in a little bit. But what is for? What is the passé composé is for? Because you will see tomorrow we are going to talk about imparfait, but they both have their own use. They are not interchangeable, right? Le passé composé is to talk about action in the past. Les actions dans le passé that are done over. For example, qu'as-tu fait ce matin? What did you do this morning? Qu'as-tu fait hier? What did you do yesterday? Qu'as-tu fait le week-end dernier? Last weekend or last month, le mois dernier. Okay? So specific about action in the past. We have this formula. So this is something that I have created. I know you look at it just like, what is that? Don't worry, I'm going to break it down for you. But I have created what we call a mental map. And basically here you have all the information that you need to conjugate the passé composé correctly. So let me zoom first on the formula itself. You need your subject, okay, the person who did the action. You need an auxiliary in present tense. You need avoir or être, you will have to choose, and un participe passé, a past participle. So make sure you have those three elements to make your sentence in the correct passé composé, right? So, être et avoir, we're going to see that in a minute. You need to know them. This is a beginner level lesson. I'm going to show you also how to conjugate them, but you have to make sure you know them by heart. You have in the description below the link to the YouTube videos that I have done for those two specific verbs that are essential in the French language. Être, to be, and avoir, to have. Here, they lose the original sense of to be and to have. They are auxiliary. They're used in the purpose of building the tense, okay? So that's why they're not really called verb per se, but auxiliary. Être and avoir. So here, we're not going to go through the agreement yet. We are going to look now at the third part of our formula, which are the participes passés. So we have, luckily, some regular participes passés that will make your life easy. So, as you probably already know, if you don't know yet, watch the video about basic of conjugation. It was day 2 or day 3 of this challenge. You have categories of verb according to the ending of the infinitive. Okay? So when you have a verb in ER, which is the first group, the ending of your past participle will be in et. J'ai mangé. All right? If your verb is from the second group finishing in ir, like finir, your past participle will finish with I. J'ai fini. And when your verb finish with re, that's one of the group in inside the third group, it will finish with U. For example, vendre, to sell, will be j'ai vendu. Okay? This is when they are regular. So here you have the example. J'ai mangé, I ate, nous avons mangé. J'ai fini, tu as fini, nous avons fini. And j'ai vendu, vous avez vendu. So you see how every time my auxiliary change according to my subject, j'ai, or vous, or nous, but the ending of my past participle doesn't. I will explain to you. There is also a particularity here between the auxiliary avoir and être. Told you this tense is complicated. Now we have the irregular past participle that you have to know by heart. So here is the main verb that you have to know. Again, as usual, the main verb that we use the most are irregular, okay? So avoir, to have, être, été, okay? So we have avoir, eu, être, été. So they have to be used inside the formula, not by themselves, okay? So here you have this list of irregular past participle. And now we have this rule about do we agree or not. So when we have the auxiliary être in our formula, we will have an agreement at the end of our past participle. Here is an example. Let me zoom here. Here you go. As you see, nous sommes partis IES because nous represent a feminine pluriel. But if we have nous avons mangé and it's the same group of girls, we don't put anything at the end. So remember, when you use the auxiliary être, agreement. When you use the auxiliary avoir, no agreement. There is another rule about like objects that are placed before, but I'm not gonna bother you with that today because that's for a very advanced level. Now, the main question is, when do we use être and avoir? So the auxiliary être is used when we have verbes pronominaux, pronominal verb, right? Et les verbes de mouvement. So we have an amazing, let me try to zoom. Well, I'll just skip to the next. Oops. Why I can't, here you go. So, okay, so that's, let me go back to that after. So we have found, myself and other teacher, this amazing drawing. There's a mental map. We don't know, like honestly, I don't know who did it, but I use it all the time in my class because I don't have the gift of drawing. So if you know who did that and can give the credit to this person, please let me know in the comment below, because it's an amazing image. And when I give it to my students, I even use it when I was teaching at university. Students remember, when they visualize the mountain, they know which verbs are used with the auxiliary être and which are used with the auxiliary avoir. Most of the verbs are used with the auxiliary avoir. There is a list of 14, 15 verbs if you count the one that you use with re in front. They use the auxiliary être. Okay, so you see this man having those movements, like I say, it's verb of movement, but not all of them. You would say, oh, to walk. To walk is a verb of movement. Well, yes, but it's not in the list that use the auxiliary être. So we have here this man that arrived, il est arrivé. Il est monté, he went up. Il est arrivé, he arrived. Il est resté, etc. So when you have a doubt to know how to use être or avoir, visualize this image. If you go to Google and you basically type Passé Composé être and montagne, you will find it. You will find other mental maps that are really well done, but personally, this is my favorite. And you will remember for sure that which verb will use the auxiliary être in Passé Composé. Now, basic, you need to know your verb être and avoir in present tense. If you don't know those basic verbs in present tense, your formula will be wrong, okay? So, je suis, tu es, il, elle est, etc. J'ai, tu as, il, elle, on a. Remember, I attach here the link in the description for you to review those verbs using my video that I've made for you, So it's fun and it's easy for you to remember, to practice. One little parenthèse for you not to be confused, but we're going to go through the details tomorrow. Pour la description dans le passé, when we're going to describe something in the past, ou les habitudes dans le passé, or some habits, old habits, right, in the past, on utilise l'imparfait. Okay, so tomorrow we are going to cover that. What I wanted to give you now is some words that will help you also make your sentence in passé composé more understandable. Let's say your passé composé is kind of broken and you don't have it perfectly right yet. You will have those keywords that will place the action, the moment in the past. Okay, for example, if you put ce matin, hier soir. Okay, we know that you talk about something that happened in the past. You give already a clue that it happened in a moment in the past. So if your verb is not correctly conjugated, those keywords will help you express your idea. Or for your understanding, when you listen a conversation or you hear French people, if you cannot grasp yet the verb with this tense, try to grab those moments in the sentence that will indicate when the action happened or will happen if it's future. So we have those keywords like ce matin, hier soir, lundi dernier is last Monday, le week-end dernier, last weekend, okay, etc. Okay, so those keywords are very important and are a part of your speech, okay, of your expression. In the comment below also, in the caption below, I have put also one of the podcast episode is trip to Mexico, focusing on passé composé. So what happened in this episode, my friend just went to Mexico and she come back from a trip and she's telling me her trip. So basically all the action that she has done over there will be expressed in passé composé. For example, when she said, j'ai visité la Casa Bleue de Frida Kahlo. Okay, j'ai visité, I have visited or have been, okay, to this place, etc. So this is a great resource. As like every podcast episode, you have a free worksheet to download where you will see the description, the transcription of the conversation. So you will see in the text, there is a different color. I put in a different color for you to really see the verb in passé composé. And you have a lesson that summarizes how to build the passé composé. And you see in this conversation how we use it correctly. There is another resource that is inside the premium membership focusing. We have a specific lesson on that. It's called Parler d'événements passés, to talk about past events. We have a lesson on that where I break down also the passé composé for you and the worksheet that go with it. So with this lesson, you are able to understand past action and to talk about past action. So comprendre des actions passées, parler d'actions passées. Okay, and here you will see in this worksheet the formula, okay, that I summarized for you. You will see how we make the sentence in negative, right? J'ai voyagé. You can see here the auxiliary avoir with the voyager, which is the past participle of the verb to travel. And when we put it in negative, it's the negation goes around the auxiliary. So the ne and the pas, or here the ne and the jamais, goes before and after your auxiliary. And you will add the past participle to that. So, second example, je suis allée. Here you see the agreement. If I'm a woman, I will write the extra E. Je ne suis pas allée. So the ne and the pas surround the auxiliary, and after you will put the past participle. And the mental map that I show you during this live lesson is also right here available. So I think mental maps are amazing for our brain because it just summarizes the whole concept of something and is if you're a visual person, it will help you a lot. And you have, of course, like any other worksheet, some practice, some exercise for you to do using the Passé Composé. And the great thing with the October challenge is that you have a chance to win 3 months of the premium membership. So the lesson that I just show you right now, you will have access to that. As soon as you enter the premium membership, you have access to already the whole library content of video lesson, including the worksheet. You have the replay of each live that I have done already with the student that are part of this program. So if you want to win 3 months of the premium membership, you have a link also below in the caption to enter the giveaway, because we are celebrating in the month of November our first anniversary of this program. So to thanks all our members and people that support us, we wanted to do a little gift. So if you're excited about this program, enter the giveaway today. Check also the resource that I put in the caption, how to review the verb être and avoir. You cannot not know your verb être and avoir if you want to conjugate in passé composé. And check it out, the podcast episode of the trip to Mexico, to practice this tense. After that, I'm pretty sure you will already feel more comfortable using the passé composé. If you have any question, bonjour Lisa. I'm just seeing your comment now. I was so excited. I was not looking at the screen with the comment section. Bonjour Lisa. Lisa is one of my wonderful students. She lives in New York, and she has been very consistent with her French lesson. We worked together for a pretty long time, so I'm really excited to see her online. So if you have any question regarding the passé composé or anything else or any comment, please use the comment section. I hope, Lisa, this lesson about passé composé refresh some of your memory. And ça va très bien, ça va. And I will see you tomorrow. So demain, nous allons voir l'imparfait. We are going to see and study l'imparfait, which is also a past tense, but not to confuse with the passé composé. We don't conjugate it the same way at all, and we don't use it for the same thing at all. Oui. Lisa is excited also for the imparfait, I'm guessing. I wish you to have a beautiful rest of your day or beginning of the day whenever you are watching this video. Remember, we're halfway in the YouTube channel for the month of October, so you only have 2 weeks left to enter the giveaway. Get the chance. See you tomorrow. Je vous dis à très bientôt. Bye.